Yo, what's good, my wolf pack? Alpha the pack right here. Hope you all have not forgotten. And today in this video, man, I'm gonna be doing a review of Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 73, A Party on a Moony Night. And bro, let me say, bro, Selene, I know I've said this before, but she is definitely my favorite dragon god after Ignia, dog. I love Selene. I love her personality. I love her personality. I love her way of doing things. It's just, it's so different from from every other villain that we've got. All right, the way she does it's the way she do things is so different from every other villain we got. It's kind of refreshing, right? And I really like Selene because she doesn't have some sort of this crazy outlandish goal. All she wants to do is have fun. All right, everything she does is for her entertainment. As long as she's having a good time, she doesn't care how many worlds are destroyed, how many people die. As long as she's pleased, it's all well and good. And I really like how it's kind of simple, but I like that. I usually don't really care for villains that has these giant grand schemes. All right, I find more enjoyment with villains who take a more simple approach. Okay, so I'm really liking Selene. I'm digging her personality, and she is a threat. When every time we see her, she just asserts her dominance, and she proves how much of a threat she is. Okay, so the chapter starts off with we see her in her little hideout, and she has Gray and Natsu tied up, right? And she explains that what I just said, that she doesn't have some outlandish goal. She doesn't want to eat humans. She doesn't want to rule the world. She just wants to have fun. And Natsu asks her if she's a good guy or a bad guy, and she says again that as long as she has fun, she doesn't care how many people die or how many worlds are destroyed. And it was kind of funny because right after that, well, she didn't exactly give an answer. Natsu just goes, "So you are a bad guy." So you are a bad guy, right? And it's like immediately after that, she's. I love how so Selene has a habit of switching from serious to playful. So basically, right after she threatens them with saying that she's gonna kill humans, or rather, she doesn't care how many people die and how many worlds are destroyed. Right after she says that, she says, "Okay, let's have a party." And all of her minions, bro, all of her minions just start bringing out food. They start dancing, stripping. Okay, Hakune starts filling up Gray. Um, Yoko is just chilling with some girls. Mimi's eating. Everybody's just all of her crew just starts having having a good old time. Like oh, we don't got two prisoners here. It's cool. We just chilling. Okay. And one thing that I noticed about Selene is that she places a high standard on beauty. Like she places a high standard on beauty. She's a very, I want to say, a materialistic type of person, right? So if something isn't beautiful, she doesn't want it. But at the same time, she'll want to. If it's beautiful, she'll want it on only to destroy it. It's kind of hypocritical, but it's a kind of reminiscent to Zeref with it's kind of reminiscent to Zeref, right? How he values peace but he destroys everything. But except the difference between those two is that Selene is doing it willingly. Zeref didn't have a choice in the matter, right? So she likes beautiful things so she can distort them, and she wants to see what will happen to Elantir once its magic reaches a critical point and overflows. Because we found out, we heard that once Elantir's magic reaches that critical point and overflows, it'll explode. And Selene says that she is the reason why Alantir's magic is overflowing so much to the point that it's on the verge of becoming destroyed. She's causing that, so she wants to see what happens, right? And so, um, after she gets done having her little party, after she gets done teasing the guys, basically, which Gray was kind of put off by when Selene first appeared to them. Gray was kind of put off by Selene being naked. Wow, Natsu didn't really care. He just always just want to get straight to the point, which is kind of why I really like Natsu. But Gray was all like, shouldn't you be wearing clothes? And Selene's all like, I'm a dragon. Why should I wear clothes? But which like, hey, look, I'm not complaining. You do you, Selene. But after the party dies down, um, she then does the same thing she did back in Edelus. She she enlarges the moon, which I'm still not really sure how that works. I know she's like teleporting them, but I'm curious as to how exactly that works. Her power has to be directly related to the moon, but I'm curious as to how exactly it works. She still has no explanation. Like what goes on with the moon? How can she enlarge the moon to such a degree? I want to know like how her powers legitimately work. You know what I'm saying? But she enlarges the moon and she teleports Gray and Natsu to different locations, right? And she says that they're at the bottom layer of Black Moon Mountain, and that's where like the monsters are the demons, the yokais of rivers and mountains reside, right? The It's an area called the Moon of Demons, right? And she wants them to battle their way up back towards her. And Gray's kind of irritated by it. She's all like, "Don't play with us," but now she's all like, "All right, cool. This is way better than us just being your little sideshows." And he just starts throwing hands with all of the yokais or demons or whatever you want to call them, right? And he's taking them down one by one, just having a good old time. Which he's just taking them out, having a good old time. He was all like, yokai or demons or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll take them all down, which is, I was reminded because every now and then I forget that Natsu is a demon himself. So when Natsu said that, I was like, oh, you know what? These really shouldn't bother Natsu because he's a demon himself. So he's all like, oh, yokai or demon, I'll take them all out. I'm like, yo, you're looking at the most powerful demon before, right there before you. It's kind of funny because they don't really know that. None of the dragon gods knew about E and D. I wonder if that's gonna come up in this arc. It has to, especially if the main crew, is gonna get incredibly stronger, like so much more stronger due to Elantir's overabundance in magic. I wonder if Natsu's E and D state is gonna make an appearance in this arc. I would really like to see that E and D Natsu versus Selene. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be hot. I've already see that. E and D Natsu making a comeback. I like that a lot. But so as Natsu's making his way through the little Moon of Demons bottom cave lair place, as she's making his way through, taking down the yokais, um, we see a snake slithering behind walls and stuff, just circling around Natsu. And as it wraps him up, we see that the top half of the snake is a woman, but not just any woman. It's Lucy. And Selene says that your friend has been turned into a yokai, a Nor I don't know if I said that right. It's basically a man-eating sea serpent, with the body of with the body of of a snake and the head of a woman, a human. So apparently she turns Lucy into a yokai. When I first saw that, because there were some raws that came out. When I first saw that, I thought it was just another. I thought it was just a fake monster, a clone of sorts. But what this official translation is, Selene should have said that she turns Lucy into a yokai, and which I suppose makes sense considering that she does has the ability to white people out, which I assume is her power and not Toga's. Toga, or rather, Ferris only had the white out ability to such a degree because Selene gave her some of her power. And if Selene has the ability to turn people into monsters, it would only make sense that some of that is due to her whiteout ability. So she transformed Lucy into a monster, a demon of sorts. And from the looks of it, she does not recognize Natsu. So she is completely under Selene's control. Which makes sense because Selene's whole thing is she wants to distort things. So I'm wondering how this is gonna go. Like Natsu, Natsu has stated it multiple times that on, he doesn't care about who he fights, enemy or friend. He'll fight anybody. But and that was even made more clear with the fact that everybody was possessed, by Ferris in the Aldron arc. But in this situation, he seemed very off put, very shocked by the fact that this snake monster was Lucy. I don't want to say he'll struggle with her, but I feel like he'll have a hard time fighting her due to the fact that it is Lucy. Like, I don't know how to put it. I just feel like he's not really gonna want to fight her. Like he's gonna have to obviously, because she'll probably more than likely kill him. But I feel like he's gonna struggle with her somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? And that was basically the end of the chapter. With the Natsu being wrapped up in Snake Lucy's arms, and I'm really interested in seeing what happens in chapter 74. I'm hoping. I feel like next chapter. Well, we actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we didn't see anything from Urza and Wendy. So next chapter, it might be focused on Urza and Wendy, which I'll be fine with because I want to see where they are, what happened with them, or we might focus on Ferris and Toka. To be completely honest, I'm more I'm more so I'm more so interested in seeing what's going on with Urza and Wendy. But if we get a Ferris and Toka base chapter, that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this chapter. We got some more. We got a better look of Selene's character, which I enjoy. Right? It was a very chill but entertaining chapter, and she's just solidifying the fact that she's a legitimate threat, and I'm really loving Selene, you know. Um, I just really, the more that I think about it, I can't see a way for the crew to win. I know at some point we're going to get some outside interference from the Dragon Eaters because the head, the master of the Dragon Eater Guild, Diablos, he was all like, he wants them to bring Selene and take her to him so they can eat her. Hold up, pause on that. That sounds weird, but they want to eat Selene, so we know they're going to show up. We just don't know when, and so I feel like the main crew is definitely not gonna beat Selene. It's not like they're gonna. It's not like Diablos and Fairy Tail are gonna team up or whatever. Diablos definitely sees Fairy Tail as the Diablos definitely sees Fairy Tail as the enemy, and vice versa for Fairy Tail. But I feel like without some outside interference, they don't have much of a chance of beating Selene, and that's where Diablos is gonna come in because Diablos definitely has some hard hitters, and I feel like they might be able to do some damage to Selene, or at the very least take out her minions because the minions alone are giving our crew a hard time. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens with that. But yo, man, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next one. Let me know how y'all feel about this chapter. Peace.